Kojima and Iga, though, in that...
They're both former pro wrestling rivals?
No. When they fired Iga, they replaced his role with Kojima's role.
And could Kojima replace him?
Yeah.
And then they immediately booted Kojima too, because
not immediately. It was about 4 years.
Oh, well, that's immediately near an old man years.
Actually, I don't think Kojima's that old.
No, but we are. We are.
Oh.
Even though we're old, they're not. They're older than we are.
Hideo Kojima is 56.
Which is older than us, but not old, but we are.
And his name is Igarashi. What's his first name?
Koji. Koji. No U.
And Koji Igarashi is 51. He's younger than Kojima by 5 years. How old is he? 66.
Your neighbor? I'm fighting with one hand.
Grant Kirkhope's 57.
How many olds is that? At least 2, right?
David Wise is 52. Nobuo Ematsu is...
He's Final Fantasy boy.
Yeah, is 60.
Ah, dang it! He caught me off guard with his speed whoop.
Yoko Shimomura is 52.
What about the boy?
What's the name of your Kirby guy?
I used to know, but I don't anymore. He's too sick. There's Koji.
Jin Ishikawa
that was
and
it.
Don something.
And of course there's also Koji Kondo.
Jin Ishikawa is 50.
Why are you beating me up, Iga? What did I ever do to you?
And Don Miyakawa.
I bought so many of your games. Why are you killing me? I suppose the better question is, why am I killing you?
Wow, Dan Miyakawa is much younger. He's only 48.
Wow.
He was one of the composers on Kirby Superstar.
That was very sloppy, but guard. Why do the water leapers spin through the air like spinny air things?
Koji Kondo is 58.
Really? They're all much younger than I expected. God! Why do I never that move? I mean, do you know?
Koji Kondo is the genre of chiptune. I don't really know if he qualifies... Well, I mean, he might now qualify as chiptune, but originally it would just be video game music, as far as I can tell.
Ha, I blocked it.
And city pop, kind of.
City pop?
He was definitely inspired by a lot of city pop artists.
Look at my hyper mode. I'm so cool when I'm like this.
Especially blue.
Yeah, I'm like a magical girl, but power.
But they have power.
I know.
Greg Nails, who is the creator of Banjo, is 48. His brother Steve Mays,
The creator of Anjo.
feel like when you feel you might be getting close, you should
Play
fire
multiples.
1 instead of 3.
Well, the thing is, I always, after volley, I just wait for him to go a cycle or two.
There we go. Oh, but he keeps doing it.
So I wait until he does it, then I attack.
fire.
I'm counting on him not doing it rapidly. It seems does he have a cycle? And here he does it. No. Never mind.
So he, like, sweeps his hand through his hair before he does it.
He pulls out a bottle and then throws it on the ground. Here it comes. He's wearing a power hat.
What's that have to do with anything?
So again, watch him. Here it comes. Crispito! I forgot the controls. Okay, there we go.
What?
I just forgot the controls mid-fight. You never do that?
No?
I'm using a very atypical grip.
It is a very atypical button combination.
Holding down both of the triggers the whole fight.
And relying heavily
On
on
knowing
the
when to
triangle
release
button, which is kind of funky. You did it?
Yeah.
Yay!
And we also get a shard from him.
Yep. Save.
Insatiable. Shatter glass on the ground to create a pool of magic.
And that's that pink potion.
Yeah, it's his power juice.
And then you get a special weapon from turning in the quest.
Yes, that's right. Wait!
Aw, they don't have what age Craig Stitt is.
He doesn't have an age. He is time. 2134.
He was the guy who created Hidden Palace Zone, and then he's also a senior artist on Spyro the Dragon and Spyro 2.
The controller's throbbing.
Sort of.
The controller's just throbbing. I'm not happy about that.
Oh, and he was art director for the Ratchet series.
I'm not Mum.
And he was an animator on Comic Zone. Everyone's favorite game to play without ever losing, because if you do, you have to start all the way over.
Here's Insatiable. It's a pretty cool move.
Cool that it climbs the ladder like that.
It's the stairs. I think it's pretty strong.
I'm sure it is.
Let's try it on really weak enemies. It's okay.
A little fiery thing.
It doesn't climb walls, though. Now does it? Does it? Guys, I need walls! Help!
Yeah, I don't know how old Craig Stitt is.
No, it doesn't climb walls like his does. His is better. And lastly, the sword whip.
Does it have any specials?
Yes.
Which is the same as that other pole weapon.
No, if you just hold the button, it'll just... The longer you hold the button, the further it'll extend.
Oh.
It's basic... Oh, that's its range limit.
And that's all the things that the DLC does, is that little bonus thing.
Yeah. Not to say that's not something.
It is cool. The boss fight's definitely a challenge.
And if only you were... You could say me a bit more eloquent, though.
Are you making fun of his speech?
I'm saying I can't understand what he's saying.
I told you what he's saying.
Oh, look at... That is a... That's some Soul Calibur level sauce there.
Oh, does it look all, like, eyeball-y?
Kinda. Well, that's Bloodstained. That's what there is for now.
Yeah, everything...
Unacceptable.
Everything that there is in this game,
Predictable.
I'm pretty sure I've demonstrated or he's demonstrated.
Except Nightmare Mode, which is basically, I guess, hard mode, maybe a bit harder, but you're
You have one hit point.
No, I mean, you're just stuck at level 1, which later in the game means
You have one hit point.
And I guess boss, enemies never die because you have no damage output. Unacceptable.
Yeah, I don't really see any feasible way to enjoy that.
That's what they did in Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia and Order of Ecclesia. Unacceptable. Someday they'll release Zangetsu mode, and I suppose we'll play that.
The other thing I think that they should do, though, is if you do
Johannes mode.
If you do 100% it and you put in any of the codes, you should be able to get all those weapons just to complete the list.
Not that you'll ever have any reason to use any of them except for the grump heads.
And
Or
the
egg.
smiley head and the egg.
egg.
Although they do all drop your defense to do that.
Yeah, they're terrible. At least the egg has some statistical value, unlike the faces. But the faces go which is their value.
War dogs drop curry powder way very early in the game.
Yes, they do. That's where I first discovered curry powder. Oh, your people need you.
Now what do you say? Oh, nothing.
I can't believe you killed Julius. Julius was great. He goes, yeah! And then he opens the hole.
He does, and then he walks into... no.
That's Aricado.
Alucard.
Aricado.
It's the
He
same
just
person.
walks down off ledges.
Yeah. And falls really fast, doesn't he?
I don't remember.
I know you got a huge kick out of it when it happened.
We both did.
Now what for the next hour and a half or so?
We could watch Cowboy Bebop or Wow Cow.
Possibly. Let's see here.
We could scream at the mic until we decide not to.
I have a feeling nobody would enjoy that experience.
Right, so we would decide not to very early on. I figure.
Like possibly as soon as we considered the idea.
Yeah, I think we can stop.
So,
Preemptively stop.
I guess another thing we can do here is our outro swords for the game. So, the main game has a pretty enjoyable, very anime story that's completely composed of people not communicating and dying because of it.
As what I want to do, though, I guess that he had kind of an argument. He had the argument of, you wouldn't have believed me, and even if you did believe me, would that have stopped you from advancing? And you can kind of see where he's getting at, that Miriam probably wouldn't have stopped just because he told her, you know?
But the thing is, if they weren't all there at the same time, it might have had a different outcome as well.
Or what if they worked together?
Yeah. What was it?
What if instead of him attacking you, he helped you fight?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he had an excuse, but it's the lazy excuse of, you wouldn't have believed me if I told you.
We do have one more thing to look at. Iga, number 128.
Yep, he's resistant to everything. He was told there was no future, but he knew they were wrong.
And possibly you can fight him numerous times.
I like that. I like that description. And also, he has twice the hit points of the final boss, and then some.
Yeah, he has 10,000, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's very strong. He doesn't have Satan health or death health.
He just has numbers health.
Yeah, his health goes beyond death and Satan.
Okay,
Nope.
So you do have to restart the whole thing and do the quests again to fight him
I
again.
killed him! What if you... No, I was just saying, no, you can't fight him right off the bat. You can fight him, I guess, after you beat Eugene.
Wouldn't it be funny if you could get the quest beforehand and they both just spawned in the room and just ignored each other's patterns?
Or if you have to fight him before G-Bolt will appear. That would be funny. That would break the game. Well, your idea would also break the game.
Yes. So, a few other thoughts, though, I do have about the game are, for the fact that it is not in pixel, it has some very beautiful designs to it. They did make a very nice design. one. I think the shape of the castle from the outside is pretty damn cool.
I mean, just everything.
The locations are pretty nice. The demons are pretty cool. There are some criticisms I have about redundancy, I suppose. Not so much in, like, recolors, because that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's par for the course. Well, not really.
Your biggest criticism you have is the fact that all the souls are the same thing.
No, I have two criticisms. First of all, a lot of the souls are just summoned.
That's what I mean. They're all the same thing.
That's one of my criticisms.
Make a dude.
That said, looking back at the games this drew its inspiration from, there was some redundancy before, especially in Aria, where you had like increased strength by 4, increased strength by 8, increased strength by 12, and then they had that for every stat.
Yeah.
That's not it. I mean, Dawn really fixed that this game, kind of a step back, though at least different summons act differently.
Yeah.
I think Summon Toad is basically garbage, which is fine. Whereas Summon Water Leaper does that. It just summons a giant propeller frog. No, it's fine. My main complaint is that this game has a lot of guy dang it moments.
Uh-oh.
What?
What do I do to upgrade Rigus, or his ability? What item do I need?
You need Iga's Tears.
It's probably like 8-bit nightmare or something that's
Or maybe
really
you
hard
just
to collect.
can't.
I think every other soul you can.
Except Shortcut.
Well, Shortcut doesn't function like a soul does. Or like a shard.
But yeah, there's the part where, I mean, the big one again was returning to OD to get a photograph.
That was a huge guy, dang it. I don't like how unclear that was.
And there's it didn't bother, we didn't have trouble with it, but getting the Aegis plate in the first place so you have to go to Spikes.
Yeah.
That's not exactly
intuitive.
Yeah. The only reason I found that is because we were searching every nook and cranny for the fun of it. Otherwise...
Lemonade!
Why is that so funny? They're glasses he can throw?
I guess so.
Oh, Nectar. That's pretty high-end, isn't it? Increases coverage. Okay. We've not understood the true power of unacceptable.
He said he...
Well, we didn't technically...
Those...
Oh.
That?
We're talking about Zangetsu even though he's supposedly dead. Oh, I hear that if you have the... During the ending, if you have the screen set to resolution, you'll actually see Zangetsu creeping up behind you.
Oh, so he's not dead?
Well, it might just be an Easter egg. I'll reference that
Alright,
that
here's
he's
the coverage.
What? It goes pretty damn far. Not quickly, but...
And then, yeah, to increase its damage to that, you'll have to do it 9 times.
Using the Zangetsu toe on the moon is kind of a weird thing to do.
Yeah, and the only reason that you would know it is if you read the item details, which is a good way to get people to read the item details.
I read the item details and it still didn't make sense.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, it's not...
It logically doesn't make sense because the moon isn't in the room with you.
Yeah.
It's in the background. It's way far off. Yeah, I could swing at the moon, but it's not physically present, except apparently it is. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
What am I cutting? It's not intuitive.
Yeah, the only other kind of hint you have is that the moon at least changes color the first time, but even kind of pairing that together with the information you learn, it's not totally clear what the hell you're supposed to do.
But, yeah. Let's see,
The music is not my favorite music of all time, but it's not bad. It doesn't go against it.
Right.
Some of the
your
things...
water speed is too slow.
Yeah, water speed is too slow, especially going up.
Yeah, going up, and it's absolutely horrendous if you haven't maxed out and
The water horse.
sinking. And amphibian speed and stuff.
Another criticism
Then
along with that
you-
is the fact that you have to do the precision swimming part.
That
But even with the time stop, I still got hurt with time stop
That
because
said-
it's unwieldy.
There's only water in one place in the whole game.
Yes.
So that kind of makes up for it. Oh, gold. Gold.
Oh yeah,
Just-
gold being ridiculously too expensive for the fact that it's used in very mundane things.
Right.
Why does it require that to upgrade almost any
And
elemental
why does it
spell?
require 9 to upgrade Alchemic
Alchemic
Bounty,
Bounty.
even though Alchemic Bounty is very powerful?
And no, it doesn't require 9, it requires 27. It requires 3 levels of 9. And then 2 levels of Alexandrite.
Yeah, I feel like the game doesn't understand how expensive it makes gold.
Oh, there it is. Out in the garden, seek the lunatic
That's
moon.
the second time. That hint won't appear
Yeah.
until you defeated Jeeble, until you fought Jeeble once. I mean, a hint is very helpful, but you have to have beaten Jeeble already anyhow. Other than that, I'm kind of sad that this game is over.
Yeah, no, it's definitely...
I want more.
Yeah, it's definitely good at what it does.
I'm not saying the game was too short. It was,
It's just that
Reasonably
when
long.
you reach the ending, it makes you sad.
yeah.
And the most expensive items of every tier is 38880.
That's not too expensive.
And Joyeuse is...
Not
the
that you have any
strongest
reason to
sword.
buy another one. Oh, rapiers seem like trash.
Let's see.
I mean, sure they attack faster, but I feel their their damage is lower than their speed is high.
What about with the Joyeuse? This is the top tier. My attack is 395. The other problem with them, though, is their range isn't great.
Right, they're like a short sword, but not as good.
I do 395 damage to a Mort with regular attack.
And we said you also might have an elements bonus. Pew, 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 pew. I mean, I guess being light element is your own reward. Though light element isn't quite as good in this as it was in Castlevania, I don't think. I guess I haven't really looked too deep into it.
Let's see what level everyone was at the end as well. Caraboss was 45, Silver Knight's 31, Wearer's level 20, Bloodbringer's level 46, Dantalion was level 96, and the Dullahead Hammers was, or Dullahammer Heads was level 79.
I feel we both got our money's worth from this game, having both of us bought it.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
On sale, but I would have bought it not on sale. It wouldn't be on sale.
And I bought the expansion pack, which for
Not
as little
sure
as
I'll
it,
buy that.
which for as little as it gives you, kind of basically made me pay full price for.
I
both
mean,
games.
it's a bit overpriced for a reason. It
Yeah,
was amazing the
because
fact that it was a backer
Yeah.
reward. And they, as they say in the item description, we are not corporate commander, or something weird like that doesn't make any sense. Unacceptable. And now she sleeps forever, which is concerning.
It is concerning.
I mean, I guess I would sleep forever too if I ate that much all at one sitting.
This still suffers in a way from the same problem I have with the other games in that your regular walking speed
It's
is a
fine.
little slow.
It's fine.
No, it's a little slow, especially if you've already been doing this for a really long
I mean, if
time.
you're used to
it
Mach
feels
speed,
hella
yes.
sluggish. But I'm just saying, there's short of dodging, what good does it do that this is how fast you move from room to room? If you're, especially when you're like trying to farm stuff.
Because what's your hurry when you're farming? Yes, but I mean, when you're first exploring, you're probably not going to want to sprint down that mountain. That's super
And when you're at the point where you're farming is not necessarily anywhere near the point where you're going to do this, or where you're going to get the
Zippy Zoo.
Yeah.
The Zip Zoo. Cockadoodle moo.
and even with the bonuses to it.
I will have to agree to disagree on that. Oh, the invert, pretty cool mechanic.
Yeah.
I wish you flipped faster though.
Yeah.
In fact, do I like the screen flips? Maybe. I guess it makes it easier to keep your bearings.
I think it was a nice way to reference the
the
past.
inverted castle.
Yeah.